You know, there used to be an old Union song that itself was taken from an old gospel song called Hold the Fort. And the chorus went, Hold the fort, the Union's coming. Now, my word to all of you out there for the week is hold the fort. The millennials are coming. The fact is that polling shows that on issue after issue, the millennial generation is more progressive by far than the generations that preceded it. It is the millennial generation that does not have a wholehearted and blind faith in capitalism and is open to socialism. It is the millennial generation who understands what has gone wrong with this society and what we need to do to change it. It is the millennial generation that has the most tolerance toward people based on racial identity, religious identity, gender, sexual orientation, and on and on and on. The millennials are going to make this a better country as long as we can all hold the fort until they're able to take over politically, which gets me to a point I wanted to make about the Conservative Political Action Conference this year. The fact is that the one political force that they took special care in counterattacking is Bernie Sanders and socialism. There was a panel there entitled Free Stuff versus Freedom. Get that, isn't that cute? Millennials' love affair with Bernie Sanders. Now, what was said at that panel was typically inept, let's say. These people really don't have a grasp on the issues, to say the least. But what was striking to me was the fact that they understood, and rightfully so, that the thing they should be worried about most of all right now is not the mainline Democratic Party. It's not the old school form of democratic thinking, which is rapidly losing its timeliness and its luster, but rather the clear-headed, smart approach represented by Bernie Sanders and others in the Bernie Sanders school of thought. That's very important. It represents a real existential threat to conservatism because it is a smart, comprehensive, clear agenda for making this country a better place to live. Conservative has only gotten as far as it has in the present day because it has a clear and coherent narrative. It's a nonsensical narrative in terms of the real world, but it hangs together. That's the only thing that's allowed conservatism to succeed to the extent it has. So the question now for the rest of us is, will we fall behind a narrative that promises a better future for this country, or will we continue to languish with no clear narrative at all? That's what conservatives are concerned about. That's what we must do.